Hello, everyone. I'm back. Today is going to be a tough one because I'm going to hit on two presidents that I think are pretty good. The first one is Obama. I don't think Obama's been a great president, but I think when you consider the fact that from day one, the Republican Party made an agreement to never work with him on anything. If you take that into consideration, he's really been a pretty good president. And the fact that he tackled something that every president from the beginning of time has said they were going to do something about, but they haven't, and that's healthcare. So if you take those two into consideration, I think he's a pretty good president. And the other one is Bill Clinton, who I think is the fourth best president of all time. I think first it probably goes Lincoln, because if it hadn't been for Lincoln, we wouldn't be the United States. There's actually no telling how many different countries we would be right now. So he gets number one. Washington gets number two because Washington did something that is just astounding. Not that he was a great general, which he probably was, but the fact when the war was over, they offered him a chance to be king. And he said, no, the country would be better off if we have elected people instead of a king. If you got the balls to turn down being a king, you're something special. And the other is FDR. And FDR for getting us out of World War II and the Great Depression. And if he hadn't died in office, he wouldn't have been elected 4 times. He'd have been elected 40 times. So that's how I rank him. And then after that is Bill Clinton. And why Clinton? Well, probably because we had the longest stretch of peace, created 22 million jobs. So, I mean, you can go on and on about why Clinton is in that group. But today I'm going to talk about where Clinton and Obama have gone wrong. They screwed something up here, and that's with the Obamacare. The problem is they're starting to feel the heat. Obama is, and so he's come out and said, okay, I'm going to fix it so you can keep it, which he said you could from the start. The problem is the reason why people were get picked to drop theirs is because the alternative insurance is actually better. In my state of Washington, the governor's come out and said, I'm not going to let you keep your old insurance. And the reason is the actual new insurance that you can get under Obamacare is it costs less and you get better coverage. So for me to know this and let you go ahead and do it just because there's political pressure would really be letting you hurt yourself. So I'm not going to do it. So the people in Washington, if they're not going to be able to keep their other insurance, if the Obamacare insurance is better, which makes a lot of sense. And I think that Clinton's doing it because I think he's really trying to line up for his wife to be the next president. And this looks good, like, okay, hey, I came out and I was against it when he said you couldn't keep your insurance like I originally told you. Well, the truth is they'd be better off in the long run if they did switch. But this way he's lining that up and he's got that to stand on when he goes out and pushes hard for his wife to be the next president. And I think that's why he's in on that part. And the other is Obama's taking so much heat from the other Democrats because there's a lot of them that's going to have an election next year. And they're feeling the pressure like, oh my gosh, because they're getting these letters and all this, and then you said they could, and now they can't. Well, the truth is, if everyone would just calm down for a couple months, 2 or 3 months, let everything get worked out, then they'd be better off with the new insurance. And that's the whole reason why they would be losing the other one. But I think they're both making huge mistakes. They're giving in when they should hang tough and just ride it out for a couple more months. Everyone, the Republicans, they're just so happy. They couldn't be happier that people are getting screwed out of, insurance. That's the happiest day of their life. When you go back and look at Massachusetts, which this is a carbon copy of, look how it started out with them. Their first month, I think they only had either 121 or 123 people that got signed up for that insurance. And then it went on. Now their state has 98% of the people in the state have insurance. And it's better for it. Anyway, everyone just needs to calm down. Give it a couple months. And I think everything's going to be better. That's all I got for now. It's a tough one. Happened to take 2 hits on 2 guys I really like. But that's the way it is. This is Randy reminding you. Don't follow the far right.